Now you have to remember that the teacher of the law is, in our modern day terms, a lawyer. And he wants specifics. Okay? So he's asking Jesus point blank, of all the commandments, which is the most important? The most important one, answered Jesus, is this. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. One. There's one God. And it says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. And the second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. Well said, teacher, the man replied. You are right in saying that God is one and there is no other but him. To love him with all your heart and with all your understanding, with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, is more important than all burnt offerings and sacrifices. Okay, so in the asking of Jesus through this teacher, we find out that the greatest commandment, greater than all sacrifices, all offerings, everything, the greatest commandment is to love. The greatest commandment that Jesus himself said is to love. Love God, love our neighbors as ourselves. So what is love? What is love? Romans 12, 9 through 21 gives us a good list. And if any of you out there are still trying to find resolutions, go to Romans 12, 9 through 21. There's a whole list of resolutions. And if you can keep these resolutions, I guarantee you're going to have a fantastic year. Okay, Romans 12, 9. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Never be lacking in zeal. Okay, that number 11 says never lacking in zeal, and what that means is get excited. But be careful. It says, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Faithful in prayer is important. Keep communicating. Keep communicating and don't forget to pray. 13. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. See, these are all things that are loving people. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. It goes on, it says, bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. That's a loving thing. Rejoice with those who rejoice, and mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. And do not be conceited. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't mean that there's different levels. It doesn't mean that you're better than somebody else. It simply means God is asking us, through acts of love, to be willing to help people that are going through some things. It does not give you permission to be elite. It says, do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. But do not be conceited. Do not think yourself better than anybody else. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Not just with those like you, it says with everyone. And it goes on, even more. It says, on the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. So there's two things we have to do. We have to love God above all things, with all that we have. And two, we have to love our neighbor as ourselves. Now, number two is actually two things. You have to love your neighbors. And you also, if you're going to love your neighbors, you have to love yourself. It says, love our neighbors as ourselves. In order to love our neighbors, we have to love ourselves. So how many of us really love ourselves? How many of us really carry hidden shame? Or sins that might keep us from fully experiencing love or giving love? Or maybe love in our life has been denied or skewed. What is real love? How can I love somebody else if I don't have any to give? If you're angry all the time, if you have a chip on your shoulder, are you going to be as loving to someone as you could be if you just forgive yourself? If you ask these questions, can I love somebody if I don't have love within myself? Yes, you can. Through faith in Jesus Christ and His promise through the gift of the Holy Spirit. Through the gift of the Holy Spirit, God's love has been poured into our hearts. And so if we believe in Jesus Christ, we have a continuous supply of love to keep our well filled. Faith in Jesus Christ gives us the love that we need to not only love others, but also to love ourselves. And if we love ourselves, we're going to keep our resolutions that we make to try to get in a better position. To try to renew our lives or refurbish our lives. How are we going to do that? We have to remove the obstacles, those strongholds or those sins that keep us from being fully loving. And I think we all know what those things are in our minds. We know what keeps us from being fully loving. And sometimes we blame other people. We blame ourselves. We blame the government. We blame the media. We blame everybody but ourselves. So how, then, are we supposed to remove all these things that keep us from being fully loving? How are we going to do that? Through repentance and then forgiveness. First, we repent ourselves. And secondly, outwardly towards others. And then we forgive ourselves and forgive others. If we do not see the love in ourselves, we are an empty well and we have none to give to others. Correct? If we don't see the love in ourselves. So what we end up with is this manufactured love or trading love, which leads to more stress and more strife and keeps us further and further from God. Now let me explain, what is manufactured false love? Or trading love. What is that? If you ever say the words, I love you, followed with the word if. I love you if you would act right. I do love you if you clean up your mess. I will love you more if you give me a puppy. I love you not only if, but until. I love you until you stop paying the bills. I will love you until I find something better. Those are not things that are real love, ladies and gentlemen. Those are a manufactured false love or a trading love. You might as well say, I trade you, instead of I love you. That's not from God. God's love brings us together, unifies. Anything that does not unify or separate is not of God. How do we have the strength to determine that? We have to accept Jesus Christ in our life because he continuously fills our well, even when we see it as dry. So here's a few tips how to keep your New Year's resolutions. Number 1, is my resolution based in love or fear? God's will is love. Number 2, start doing something loving. Something. Forgiveness. It's a good place to start. Number 3, transform your thoughts to match God's will. God's will is to love. Have loving thoughts. You can keep your resolution. Simple thought, but it works. And then you have to remove fear. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, fear manifests itself as stumbling blocks. And you get rid of those things through forgiveness and repentance. And number 5, ask Jesus to refill your well, to pray. Ladies and gentlemen, we just read not too long ago to continue to pray. Then Jesus will refill your well when you feel it's running dry. So get back to basics and start by forgiving and then do loving things. Resolutions. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for coming. And during this section of our service, we'd like to take up an offering. And for those of you that might be listening to this later, what you can do is you can donate online at www.cadenceministries.com and just go to the Help Us, Help You symbol, which is there on your left-hand side. And you could donate with a credit card or an online e-check. And then over on the right-hand side, our Helping Hands program, we have what's called a Red Hat. And the Red Hat program tonight is going to try to help the Lyric Theater raise money to upgrade their film projector. And it's quite a mountain that we have to climb in that. And if you're able to help the Lyric Theater, simply make a note on your donation that you'd like it to go to either the Lyric or the Red Hat program. And I would really like to direct your attention down to the bottom. It's, let your donation be one of joyous giving and one without regret. I don't want any of you to feel like you have buyer's remorse after you donate. And if you're able to help us, then we can help others, and we know it's an extension of God's love, and that all of us are blessed. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your generous donations already. And like I said, if you wish to donate online, or even get set up on a regular donation program, then, God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for attending tonight's worship service. Our next service will be February 10th at 7:30 right here at the Lyric Theater in Park River. For more information, you can go to www.cadenceministries.com.